the radio. They're coming to get you. They're coming for you, Barbara. They're coming to get you. They're coming for you, coming for you, coming to get you. They're coming for you, Barbara. They're coming to get you. They're coming for you, coming for you. They're coming for you.
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming for you, Barbara. Look, I'm getting out. They're coming for you.
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming for you, Barbara. Look, I'm getting out. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop it now, I mean it.
Barbara. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop
coming
it.
for you.
Stop it.
For you. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop
coming
it now,
for
I
you,
mean it.
Barbara. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop
coming
it.
for you.
Stop
Coming
it.
for you. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop
coming
it now,
for
I
you,
mean it.
Barbara. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop
coming
it.
for you.
Stop
Coming
it.
for you. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming for you. Get you.
Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it.
We were riding in the cemetery, Johnny and me. We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny, he's coming to get you, Barbara. Stop it. Stop it. He's coming to get you, Barbara. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Stop it.
And he grabbed me. He grabbed me. And he ripped at me. He held me and he ripped at my clothes. Johnny! Johnny, help me! Oh, help me!
And Johnny didn't come. We had to wait for Johnny. Better go out and get him. We have to go out and get him. He's out there. Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him. We have got to go get Johnny. Please.
They're coming to get you. They're coming for you, Barbara. They're coming to get you. They're coming for you, coming for you, coming to get you. They're coming for you, Barbara. They're coming to get you. They're coming for you, coming for you. They're coming for you.
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming for you, Barbara. Look, I'm getting out. They're coming for you.
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming for you, Barbara. Look, I'm getting out. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop it now, I mean it.
Barbara. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop
coming
it.
for you.
Stop it.
For you. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop
coming
it now,
for
I
you,
mean it.
Barbara. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop
coming
it.
for you.
Stop it.
For you. They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming for you. Get you. They're
Stop it.
for you.
Stop it.
They're coming for you. Get you.
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming for you. Get you.
Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it.
All right. So I wanted you to see what it looks like after it's all done, and I'm glad it was you here, Dead Mouse, that was actually here to see it first. The first time it's been played in the way that it was made in its software. Where did my camera capture go? There it is. Finnegan, what's up? What's up? The bot is working now. So yeah, the sound effects won't be working because let me just make sure something here. Okay, good. This program kind of robs the soundboard, so the usual things that happen audio wise won't be happening for any of this stream. I had to turn my programs on in a certain order, to be able to use my music software and my streaming software both at the same time. So so let's go over the anatomy of a lefty spin hand track. Everything that you see up here in red are all the voice tracks. And let me just expand these open a little bit. Don't care. What about you? Don't care about what? See, that could just be timing. You're talking about something I said 15, 20 seconds ago. So these are the audio tracks. All of these were taken off of 1 2 hour or hour and 40 minutes or however long the original track was. And then I chopped them up. I spent a good 48 hours maybe just dedicated to finding the right audio bits to use for the track. So if we start from the beginning here and we just solo this one track and I play it. It's literally just this kind of trumpet tuba march. I've got a fade effect applied to it so that it fades from 0 up to 100%. And then I have it cranked down to 66 just so it doesn't blow our speakers out. That's literally all that track is just that kind of trumpet tuba march. This next one here, we'll start it just a little bit early, adds to it in an interesting way, and I'm not even sure which one it is. There we go. This is the high trumpet, the building crescendo, and it just literally, it's exactly the same set of trumpet movements repeated twice over the course of this first 16 bars. So if we just unstack them, and I'll just do them quickly and not make you have to listen to everything a million times in a row, but let's see here. It's kind of a theremin xylophone combination, taken from two different parts. For some reason, to me, it sounds a little bit like an elevator. And then this part here. And that's it for those. So down here in the blue, we have all of our beats. So let's go ahead and track it one more time here. We can start from there. And this is how I do most of my beats. They're all stock beats from within the software or downloaded from free websites, license-free beat websites. So this whole front section is literally just these two drum beats and all of the sound that we've taken and cut various pieces of. Well, see, then we can just. Now down here, you can see I've got actual other media instruments playing. So what do I have on this one? My French horn section. Then I introduced two new sounds, and we'll open them up one at a time here at the end of this first section. I'm not even sure what that is. It's so quiet. So let's open it up. All right. So that's that. There it is. It's a pizzicato guitar.
Anything wrong with the radio?
I could have actually left that up a lot higher and brought that out a little bit more. It got buried somehow. So literally, this is each one of these different movements.
Coming for you, Barbara. They're coming to get you.
From the
Coming
opening
for
scene
you,
in the
coming for
graveyard
you,
where the
coming
brother
to get
confronts
you.
the sister
They're
about her
coming
fear
for
of the
you,
dead
They're coming to get you.
during an
They're
argument
coming
about
for you,
one of their
coming for
lost
you,
parents. I
coming for you.
can't remember what.
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
And that's pretty much how I did the entire song, was by taking sections of the movie, cutting out an interesting sound, tone, phrase, or conversation in this case,
Stop it now, I mean it.
and then arranging it in a way that is interesting. And I think it came out really, really
Stop it
well.
now, I mean it.
They're coming for you, get you.
I just have to get to the music box because it's literally my favorite piece of the entire piece of music, and I used it. You'll see. Let's zoom in a little bit on it.
Stop it now, I mean it.
That's it right there. They're huge chunks compared to some of the other pieces that I've used. I literally just had to adjust it to fit the beat. I didn't change the melody at all. It's just an awesome recording of a really groovy melody that just worked so naturally for this whole scene. And I think it changes from that intense roar to her fantasy land.
Stop it.
And then it darkens a little bit as she goes deeper into the experience of
Get you, Barbara.
what happened in the graveyard, and then
I'm not
how it
afraid.
turned real
I'm not afraid.
and killed her brother. It's a really deep scene, and I love the fact that we got to put the whole thing to the sound of that music box. That just really jazzes me.
Johnny, help me! Oh, help me!
And Johnny didn't come. We had to wait for Johnny. Better go
I
out
had
and
never
get
seen
him.
the movie all the way through before Dead Mouse Fetish gave me this movie to watch so that I could do
Don't
this.
you hear me? We've got to go out and get him. We have got to go get
I always knew about it. Who doesn't know about George Romero's The Night of the Living Dead? It's the movie that opened up the entire genre.
Coming for you.
And everything else for the last third of this whole song is all basically just stacked from earlier parts of the song. And that's another kind of trademark lefty spin hand thing. I would rather everything that I build can be played individually and be thought to be, oh, that's kind of cool, or that's pretty. But everything also stacks together at the end of it, almost every lefty spin hand song, into this great crescendo of everything that you've heard before. And then when it's possible,
Stop it.
I give it a big drop that lets you fade back out. So the song could, in theory, just continue on forever, and I think that's how you get something stuck in your head, is to allow the song to end in such a way that you want it to continue. And I think that's part of what made this a groovy song. I'm really proud of this song, and I'm glad that I made it cool enough so that even Dead Mouse Fetish was like, this is cool. I'm gonna listen to this, even, you know, not just because Lefty asked me to. So yeah, that's how the songs work. That's how almost every song works. You see that they've almost all. Let me minimize it again. It almost always works out in this growing pattern where it starts up here with just one or two things, and then it starts stacking on itself. You notice that happens up here in the video, the audio tracks, here in the rhythm sections, and then down here in the MIDI instruments, and then down here in the sound effects. Everything kind of stacks, except this one. That's actually going to get to me. My OCD. Looks like we may also, or is that at the very end? Yeah, that's at the very end. So that should really be down at the bottom. But so that's how they work. So let's go ahead and start a fresh one. I am sad to say that I do build by kind of a formula, and it generally starts in one of two ways. And I think the way we're going to do it today, because I can't ask you guys, give me a melody, give me like 4 or 6 notes strung together in any way you want, and we would build a song that way. So what we're going to do rather than is do it kind of improvisationally. And I've done several songs like this, and they almost all turn out okay. So let's add a. We'll just start with a piano, and then we'll change it out. We'll just start with a neutral piano. Where's that grand? Acoustic grand. We'll start with that. So now we want to draw the track out. I'm going to draw the first 4 out, but we're actually only going to open it up to the first 1 for now, and then expand that a little bit and go to its editing track. Duh, there it is there. And now we see, you're gonna throw something in my thing? I wrap it in tissue paper or something so it doesn't bruise me when it hits my thing. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. If you've got something you want me to build a track off of, that's awesome. That's awesome. I have to open up my thing. Okay, my thing is open. DMF. Yeah, but I might. Ugh. For Havoc, what's going on? How you doing, sir? Quite the thing. I may not dig it. Well, I might. Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned that I might try a song building stream, and I decided to follow through on it because I actually do feel like writing a song, and I kind of do feel like there might actually be a legitimate interest. So, no, Havoc, I was just giving you a hard time, man. I was just giving you a hard time, and I meant it jokingly, and when you left, it was like, oh, okay, all right, no worries. So don't sweat about it. I may have sounded uptight, but I really wasn't. All right, so here we have, let me move that over here and see if I can just pull it in. I can't, so we're gonna have to go to there. Tell me you dropped where I wanted you to. No. Did you not drop? Is that what it is? Okay. One of my favorite tracks I ever made was made out of a 1930s blues, like a Mississippi blues track. You needed to relax since the town high school was shot up a bit. I completely understand. I completely understand. You're waiting on The Walking Dead? Oh, you still haven't seen it? Ooh. Okay, so where did it go? Why isn't it showing up where I wanted it to show up? It was taken out. Did it go down to the corner there? No. Okay, now I put it where I wanted to. Thank God for the universal Control Z button. Oh, this is a 1913 track. Ooh, even more fun. Mirthful Wise, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, man, I'm not gaming. I'm doing some creative stuff. This is like spare time, not gaming. The program that I'm using is a program by a company called Steinberg Music. They're a German company. This particular software is an entry-level sound digital audio workstation, DAW, called Sequel. This is Sequel 3. It's like an $80 to $100 program that I first bought the original version. Copy that, Deadmau5. So I picked it up for $80 at Guitar Center. I was gonna go buy Fruit Loops, and I saw this. This was like $40 less expensive, so I was like, I'll give it a try. And I've never looked back. It does exactly what I want it to do. It's exactly as technically not deep as I need it to be. So, all right. So what I need to do is I need to go to Content, User Content Location, Desktop. And then how do I, there it is. Reset that, and there it is, the Victoria Herbert Orchestra. Okay, so it's not the entire song, is it? Or it just cut out? It just cut out. All right. Everything got moved around. Okay. DMF is back. Good. Right on. Perfect. All right. So we listened to the first little bit of it, and this one's gonna be tough. It's it's like an old wax recording played through a cardboard box. So it's gonna be tough to find something like, I don't know. We'll see. I first of all need to listen to the whole thing, but the first thing I want to do is I want to select that track, and then I want to get a tempo detect run on it. So we're going to detect the tempo. It should be consistent through most of the song. No. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. I don't mind. All right. Let's start by shortening the track so that dead space in the beginning is not there. Okay, that is not an accurate tempo setting. Yeah, this is not going to be easy here, so Okay, so I just discovered the problem here. There we go. Why are you doing that? All right. All right, now using the warp tool here, I'm going to plant an anchor right here because it's perfect from here on out, but I want to kind of shorten this burst down to almost nothing if I can. That's manageable. Oh, no, that's not manageable. All right. Plant a new anchor point here. Get rid of that one. Start squeezing these in. That's messed all the rest of the timing off. Alright, that section may not be as usable as I thought it was. It's too slow. keep doing that. Okay. All right, so we've just accidentally built our first progression here. All right. Oh, come on. Nope. Don't know if I'm going to be doing this regularly or not. I honestly couldn't tell you. There's a little bit of a dip that I'm not comfortable with here, so let me just go ahead and change that real quick. I only need to do it in the first one. Alright, that's as close as I'm going to get that. those are backwards. Alright, now, in theory, I should be able to find an interesting rhythm to put behind this that'll set the whole thing off. So, this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying repetitive. Because a lot of the early work of any song, especially when you're adapting samples like this, is doing this kind of beat correction. So we can turn that bloody metronome off, and now we can go and try to find... It's close, but it's not, I don't think it's where I want it. So let's get into... I'm still gonna have to do a little more timing. I'm suddenly hearing a kind of a special effect here on our main track, so hold on a second. just as an experiment, I'm stacking a chorus on top of this phaser effect. So the phaser is making it go wow, wow. It's kind of like a high-end wah-wah. Yeah, it's just messing with it, muddying it too much. So now I'm gonna go and try one more thing, just because I want, for some reason, I want this to be even more high-end, like kind of like it's coming through a transistor radio. So let's, first of all, let's try the preset. That's Tone Line. All right, so I've turned the flanger down so that it's much, it's only like one every 2 measures instead of one every full measure. I kind of like that. All right. So that's our first 8 bars right there. And that can turn into our first 16. And we'll probably carry through. It's actually a dubstep. It's 140 beat per second dubstep. They call it a beat, but it's really more of a spine of a beat, and that's one of the things that I like about dubstep beats is they fill in places that don't normally get filled in more traditional beats. So yeah. So you hear the difference between a crappy rock beat that really just sounds like Disney parade music, like current Disney parade music, or something that's got some stank on it. So this is giving us it's giving us our backbone. Now we got to put some meat onto it. We could probably draw this out to the full 32. My voice volume needs to come up. You think the music volume is okay, but my voice volume needs to come up, or should the music volume come down? Oh, I see. That was up. Oh, you wanted that down around 70, and I had it up around 100. Hopefully that'll be a bit better. If it needs to come down further, let me know. So we can get rid of this crappy rock track. I don't think we need that one at all. We'll find something even more interesting. Ah, thank you, Retromax. Hey, man, what's going on? When we made the new track, it raised the volume up to 100. So what we need now is a bass line, and this bass line is going to pretty much carry out all the way through that crappy beat, that one beat. Not rock is crappy, but that beat was a crappy rock. It wasn't even a very good rock beat, was my point. So we need to add in something that's going to give us some bass. So let's start with bass, and one that I like that's usually pretty good is either which one is it? Is it pedal? I think. Yeah, we could. we might be able to simulate a wub wub, but I don't have any dubstep electronics tracks. So, all right, so. No, not bass acid synth. see what happened here. Nope, alright. Okay. I'm sorry, hold on a second here. That little gap is bugging me. I gotta do something about it. This was more of a challenge, I think, for him, because he's a musical pimp. Can only subs provide stuff like that? No, yeah, you can when I ask for it. So, but yeah, you'd have to link it. I'd have to go download it, and then I'd have to put it, you know, into the program. So let's wait until I ask for it, or and then I can set up a Dropbox, a public Dropbox, where people can leave me sound clips that they want me to turn it into or use in songs. So. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna step away for just a couple minutes. Yeah, it's been an hour exactly. I don't even have to look anymore. It was something that you composed yourself, and you'd wonder what I could do with it. That sounds really cool. That does sound really cool. I think that stuff like that could be the building blocks of a new stream. So I think I will set up a way for people to be able to submit sound bites, but that's obviously not going to be tonight. Otherwise, we'd spend the night setting up a new. All right, so stick around. I'm gonna go and feed my monkey. I'll leave you with some real music in the interim. That way we don't get completely sick. Why is that folder gone? Oh, I'll bet you I know why. Yeah, I can't. So you guys tell me, you want to listen to this over and over again while I'm gone, or do you want complete silence? Like I said, this software takes over the entire soundboard and takes it away from Windows and other functions. Yeah, let's listen to silence. I think that's probably the better thing. I've already expressed that I'm kind of worried that people are going to be like, ah! And you know what? There's no reason for me not to save this. All right, I'll be right back. You guys already heard that whole thing once, so. What was that one called? That one's called 18 Layers Deep. Alright, so now we're going to go into the second movement here. We've set up this, and actually what we should do here is automate a volume change on this bass so that it starts off all hyper and nice and 1917 and then kind of darkens up as the bass volume increases. I can already hear what we're gonna cut out of that. I can already hear that. right, I think we've got something there. I'm still not sure what kind of instrument that should be. Let's go ahead and finish out this last 4 bars and get it out to a full 16 for the instrument. You also put clips of things you're sure of. Oh, dude, I'll find a freaking way, man. I'll catalog those and add them to the collection. I hope you will be surprised. I hope you will be surprised. Shelly, what's going on? Is that gonna be too quiet? Oh wait, that wasn't what I wanted. before you die of exhaustion. Are you talking about the host? Oh, thank you very much, man. Sleep happy, dude. We'll catch you later. Thank you for the host. I very much appreciate that hug. So what I'm doing during this period is I'm imagining a melody and the tone, like I'm basically trying to figure out the melody and the instrument it's going to be in, and I kind of have to hear them both at the same time, unless I get the melody first, and then I'll track through instruments to find the instrument that I think sounds right. But sometimes I get, I like right now, I feel like I've just got what I want here. We're gonna go to a new instrument, and it's going to be a synth lead, and it's called Finest Lead. And I'll go in, and I'm hearing like a kind of a thing. Oh, I see what happened. I wish I could hear what you're hearing. It's in a D sharp. So now the drums and that bass are going to be fading in at the same time. So we're going to start off with just this bouncy pre-World War I, everything's great, but suffrage for women kind of weird times here. All right, so now we've got the first the first full movement. So this is kind of why I didn't want to do stuff in public. A, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, and B, how come I can't just do it the way I'm doing it? Deadmau5, help me. This is a moment where I need your advice. I'm trying to figure out whether you did something wrong or whether you're doing everything all right, and I have to be careful about how I react. I've kept my creative process. Like, I don't build. Why the hell would I expose my musical process to people when I can barely deal with people's backseat building, even close to rationally? I can't do it. Is what you? I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. Deadmau5 knows exactly where I'm coming from, so I'm gonna, because I'm emotional about this. So I'm gonna be back in just a couple minutes. Maybe as I get more experienced with this, I'll be able to take advice as not criticism, and we'll be able to move past that. But for now, I need to ask that you please allow my creative process to be my creative process, and ask you for input, and then you'll be welcome to say whatever it is you feel like you need to say. Galvanon's really hit it right there on the head. This is something that even my lady has never sat down and just watched me do what I do when I'm doing this. I've never shared this with anybody. So let me just do that. Okay. You're going to become a part of the process. I've already told you I'm going to set up a way for you to be able to easily drop your sound clips and stuff like that. And when I open myself up to criticism, then please be honest. I want that. Yeah, you got it. You got it. I'm done preaching and we're ready to move forward now. So we need to go back into the boring part. Thank you, Galvanon. Thank you. We need to turn the stupid metronome back on. We need to go back into the edit. Enlarge it. Yeah, we all good, man. We all good. Still want to enlarge it further. Oh, that's close. That's perfect. Nope, not there. All right, so I'm dropping an anchor right where, in between these two yellow lines, it's perfect. I don't want anything to change. Like a meteor that only comes out once every 100 years. Yeah, I'll just come burning through. All right, so we want to back this back to here, back this one back to here, and I'll bet you we'll be where we want. Nope. All right. Do keep at it. You're gonna bail for some sleep. Copy that, sir. There's a slip at the front end of this that's kind of bothering me, but I feel like I want to get the meat of it. Various minera. Protonite, that's a good one. Ah, see? It's the wrong one. All right. Where are we? Way down there. Wait a second, what the hell? Okay. That's just gonna bug the hell out of me if I can't fix it, but... Why are you setting that there? I don't want it there. There we go. Oh God, that's so boring. I know, it's gotta be driving people crazy. Alright, let's start by seeing if this bass line's gonna work in both places. It's close. We'll probably stick with the same instrument. Why are you not catching it? Gotta hit the hey, sorry about the incident, but are we all good? Of course we're all good. Of course we're all good. Good night, brother. Sleep happy. It's got that bell ringing in it. It makes me think I want to start using bells here. So let's experiment with that. They're just losing their tonals the way we get, the lower we go. That would be the one, but all right, we can try a cheat here. I like it. It's melodic. It doesn't go with the top track at all, but it still meshes in with it, which is kind of a certain amount of dissonorous harmony is fun for me, and I think it's an awesome change around from the earlier section. Let's just go ahead and. I'm gonna have to do some kind of swirl drop into that, because it's a pretty drastic change. But it's like the exact opposite of that first part, and it's using the exact same style of music coming from the top section. So I like it. Yeah, it's like 2 hits isn't enough. You gotta give me that 3rd hit while I'm down. Oh man, you know I love you, and you know I'd love to give you like a special treatment, but I don't think you'd actually let me if I said, okay, I'll break the rules just for you. You have a song that has a drastic change in it, but it somehow fits and is the best part. You were able to figure out a way to eventually work it all back into the song later on. See, that's cool. That's cool, and that's part of the fun of this. Is it's kind of like it's its own game. Okay, bear with me, all right? Bear with me here. Absolutely, absolutely. I get you, I get you. Just remember, I'm accessing a whole other different part of my brain. Okay, so we've already got this very light break, this light fluffy break, and we know it's going to turn terrible again towards the end. So, but I want to get through this whole section, and I kind of want to keep brightening it up and brightening it up, and then we can smash it in a little bit. That was fast. Good. So as I was saying while you were gone, we've got this light and kind of this whole different bright feel to it. So I just kind of want to keep brightening it up as we progress through this second section. All the ladies tell me that. They don't sound like they're complimenting me when they do, though. All right, and then we like that kind of childish nee 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 nee. So no matter what song I start with, it always ends up sounding happy. I can't help it, but yeah, generally 90% of the time I end up with these bright, shiny songs, even though I started with this horrible freaking freak show axe murderer bass line. I can't help it. He selected me. What madness did you just walk into? All kind of craziness. All kind of craziness. That may be the one. That 40 is nice. In fact, let's go ahead and save that just in case, but we're going to mute it out for now. Bad Smoke, what is up, dude? How you doing, man? All right, we're just gonna add. We got that nice extra beat added underneath it, kind of sped it up, gave it a little more body. Oh, that's right. I already had Sequential Dream added. I just have it in. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. Getting ready for another day. Right on. I'm just goofing. I'm probably only going to be goofing for maybe another hour. Most of them are MIDI instruments that were already in the system. All of the rhythms that I use are stock rhythms from, there's also DLC packs that I've bought that have given me additional instruments, but also other drum loops. So most of the drum loops are mine. But yeah, like just everything that we're doing here tonight, except for the original thing that you can barely even hear anymore, is all out of the box. I haven't used any loops that I've gathered from outside of the original software, and it's DLC. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm not happy with that instrument now. Oh, yeah, it's got a 1 gigabyte limit. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'm just getting the melody laid out before I start messing with the instrument. You know what? Let's start there. So we need something bigger, something brighter. It's got that the plinky that I'm kind of going for. I wonder if we should actually go for no ethnic. All harpsichord all the time. Got 1, 2, 3. So we got one more to make here, and we got two choices. We could take the cheap way out, which I don't think we're ready to do yet. Monsters of harpsichord. Beethoven, Mozart, Brahms. Sorry, that cracked me up. Sunday! All your favorite harpsichord music played by harpsichord top artists. You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only use the edge. Cracking me up. Let's try. We did Silky and Finest already, so let's just try. Now that would be an awesome bump. Oh, dude, totally, absolutely. Let's record it. What are we at? We're on soft solo. That's actually kind of nice. I like it. But I want to try it. Copy that, Bad Smoke. So, oh, that's true. All right. Then I'll use the second one as bait. Yeah, we can do that one once the other one gets finished. Okay, now I'm just goofing for a second here. I'm just You know what? Actually, if you don't mind, I'm gonna leave you with the sound of silence, and we'll start at this latest instrument when I get back from a cigarette. So I'm sorry, I could have left while you were gone, but all right. But you're Superman. All right, I'm gonna be back in just a couple minutes here. I almost blew my throat out doing that. They call that puking. That kind of announcing in the voice industry is called puking. And it's hard on your throat. All right, I'll be right back in just a second. In like 3 minutes. I'm gonna make it real fast, but I gotta go get some nicotine, and I feel like I need to let my ears empty out a little bit so we can listen to this, and I can get a better sense of what that last instrument is supposed to be. So stick around. I'll be right back. Oh no, Galvin, that's exactly the kind of stuff that can be done while I'm on break. All right, let's start. Let's start from the first movement and let it roll into the second movement and see if it's maintained any integrity at all. It may be that we're actually working on two different songs, and I allow for that possibility when I'm creating. So we're gonna start from the beginning and just listen to it. Do you have any songs based on H.P. Lovecraft? Do you think I'm Metallica? It's not the right instrument. Oh, just listen to that last tail section. That might be the one, actually. R.I.P. Cliff. Funny you mentioned that you have one song that some people criticize because the first four notes reminds them of Metallica too much. But you take that as a compliment. Yeah, man. 4 notes? Yeah, no, you can't. It's the right 4 notes. All right, now we have to try some experimentation here. I need to see exactly how much of the first movement can be used with the second movement. Like I said, it's very possible that we could end up working with very, very dissimilar melodies. What is Lefty doing? He's making crazy people music. Yeah, they are not gonna go together at all. Not even a little bit. All right. So let's take the long way around. We're gonna move these over here. It's a whole key change. So two things. The more I listen to it, the more we are actually working on two different songs. And also, I think we can have just used that opening track as inspiration. I think that it's actually muddying up what are two pretty good songs individually. If we go without those original audio tracks, we have some pretty decent stuff actually. Sorry. Excuse me. I know, but I want to save over it. Alright, so we'll do 3 then. Now we can just get rid of the first one. So now, go back to 2. We can delete all of this. Now we're just working on this song. So I'm still pretty happy with that first section. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a copy of the last piece. Move it over here. You know what? I'm not. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a weird little thing where it looks like I'm adding to this piece, but I'm just making sure that what works in the next segment will be based off of the first one. All right. Crimson Foxy, what's going on? How you doing? I had to get a new graphics card and stuff, but your PC isn't totally useless now. Right on. Good, good, good. Yeah, a little bit of bad means unexpected expenditures, but life improvement is pretty important. It's really awesome watching how you do this, but the wife is off to work, so you gotta go fulfill your fatherly duties. Right on, man. I completely understand. Oh, thank you, Calvin. I'm not ready at the point right now. This is the first song I've ever written publicly, so I'm kind of hoping you'll just let me do this. I definitely appreciate the thought, and hopefully I will grow into be able to accepting that kind of advice or that kind of ideas and creative input from the stream, but I'm not there yet. Do I want to take it up? Do I want to take it down? It's good times when you're humming along with Lefty's creativity. Right on. That's cool. That's a good sign. Okay. Okay, so we ended up, just like earlier in this song, we actually ended up writing the last part first. Of this program is Sequel, Steinberg's Sequel. Quel, Sequel, Sequel. Okay, let's just make sure that this is the instrument we want. I'm not convinced of that. You've been building all day at RC. I am so sorry. I'm gonna pull you back in. Just when you think it's safe, I'll pull you back in. That's close. I think there's another orchestral hit somewhere that I might like better than this one. It might even be further down in this section. No. It's an instrument I've never ever used before, and I actually kind of like it here. How to get your MIDI keyboard working on Windows 10, right on. I have a little 25 key MIDI that I could use as a MIDI input device if I frickin' could do it any better than I can with the piano roll, which I can't. I almost like that. Good. No, that's not the. I didn't like that. Yeah, that's not good. Sounds techy but not twangy, right? That's kind of what I thought about it too. Right, either the original orchestral hits, and I think what we can do is we can end up pulling them both in. Watch this. We pulled that through. No, not that one. I like that one. Now they are. Yeah, exactly. Dupe it. You were on it. Wait till you see what happens, Crimson Fox. This should be interesting. bump. I think that's it. One thing that I could do would be to add some kind of a swirl-ish drop into the first into this transition here. But we got three with two distinct movements and one nice fusion that all works out to just about 3 minutes. It starts kind of sparse but very rhythmic. Sets up the hook here. Not that I actually use hooks, but this is the part that's gonna get stuck in your head forever. It's kind of nice the way it is, though. It doesn't really need anything else. Okay, so there's one note there at the end that I just need to negate, and that I think is here on finest. Yes. So I just want to experiment with one thing. I know we said it doesn't really need anything, but I still think we might be able to add just a little something something. So let me just try this here. All right, so what I've done is I've taken it and I've transposed it 2 full octaves up. That's close. That's close. But I don't think it's there. See, and that's not a up sweep, that's a down sweep. I don't think I like that. Sounds like cars passing on the freeway though, that's kind of cool. Kind of like passing into a tunnel and all of a sudden you find yourself in this whole other... Hey Speedy, what's going on, man? And I think we're actually ready to render this out. I'm doing good too, man. I'm doing one of my favorite things and I'm doing it live. But like, I've been doing this for 4 years longer than I've been PC gaming. I only started PC gaming just a little while ago. 3 years ago. Yeah, I'm Main Ying. I'm not really good yet. Yeah, man. Keep hanging out on the streams. On Thursdays, I play Paladins. My grandfather had a music synthesizer back when I was like 13 or 14 on the Apple II Plus computer. He had a big piece of hardware. And he did all kinds of cool stuff with it. And I was like, wow, that's cool. I think I would like to do that. And I never touched it. 30 years later, I discovered this. And I took to it like I had been doing it the whole time. So I wish I had. Boom! We have a full song, people. I'm happy with that. I like that. Let's just go ahead and finish it off with one last swipe, but we won't do that full build. It's just going to be that last. Here, I'll just play this last part, and you'll see how it ends. So I'm rendering it out to a WAV file. Now, SQL ends up rendering it out to an unusable format of WAV. So I end up having to run it through Audacity to get it into a commonly recognized WAV. And then I can transfer that into an MP3, and then I can upload it. Speedy, if I made it my job to notify everybody when I streamed, I would have Twitch, or I would have Twitter. Oh wait, I do have Twitter. If you don't check the Discord, maybe you check your Twitter. You should follow me on Twitter because I put a notice out every single time I go live. I'm not in the habit of like pinging individuals, so you'll have to forgive me for not wanting to add that much work onto. But if you follow Twitter, you can follow, you know, every time I go live, I send out a tweet. So there we go. We have our first live song. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and we've got another song to work on if I decide I want to do this again tomorrow, because we've got the other half of the first part that we ended up saying. Remember, we said that we had 2 different songs. Now you don't hear the music in your head like you used to, but watching me hear it, it's inspiring. Right on, right on. Well, you know, the world needs more creators. The world needs more creators. Sweet, Speedy, very cool. Yeah, we've got a second live song already built up, and let me, because I don't think some of you guys were here for that. This is the first movement of a whole other song. Tomorrow's not Thursday. I was too, actually. So it's very possible we might give this a little more Christmassy bells and whistlesy. So that is what we're going to be working on the next time we do this, and I do anticipate that it could very well be tomorrow, because this was fun. I've written 700 tracks alone. And maybe what I was missing was input from you guys. So both of these emerged from a track that was sent to me. Eh, it's pretty funny. Windows Media Player won't play that track. But Deadmau5 Fetish sent me a track, and I built the song off of that, and then we ended up pulling that actual track completely off of what you heard, and just using the music that I had written based on what I was hearing from that original track. So as we develop what's happening here, which I kind of want to, I'm gonna set up a Dropbox where you guys can find soundtracks or make sound objects that I will either build songs around or incorporate into songs. And I'll be able to tell pretty easily what I can kind of use as what kind of tool. The Ukraine Bell Carol. The first part is the original. The second is your take, and then it goes back to the original, but in a higher key. Right on, super cool. No, that's why I kind of wanted you to hear the original. So here, let's do this. Back to desktop. Sort that out. This is what Deadmau5 sent me that gave me the inspiration for the song both of the songs you just heard. It's a recording from frickin' 1911 called The Naughty Marietta, and we built two songs. It's inspired two completely different sounding songs off of that original music. So I'm gonna set up a space where you guys can find sound items and send them to me, and then I will build songs with them. And I think that might be the form of a second stream of a creative stream. I'm kind of excited about that. So, but it's 4 o'clock in the morning now, and I need to start phase 2 of the cut on Robocraft tomorrow. So, I kind of need to be awake for that. How late will I stream Paladins? Dude, let's worry about that when we finally get to streaming Paladins. Then let's worry about how late I'll be streaming it. I'm totally not in Paladins mode. I'm not even thinking about doing it because I don't have to worry about it for days. So, yeah, exactly. In a few hours, I will be on and we'll be doing phase 2 of Robocraft, and that's probably going to be I'm hoping I'm going to set alarms to try to get me up at around 11. So I will be starting hopefully by 11:30 or noon Eastern Standard US, well, Eastern Daylight US. So guys, that's it for tonight. I'm glad we got one good song, and I kind of want to find a way to make it available to you guys. Oh, you know what? I can just put it up on the SoundCloud. So yeah, this was really fun. Deadmau5, thank you for talking me into yet another experiment that's paying off. Crimson Foxy, Deadmau5 Fetish, Galvanon, Speedy, you guys have an awesome night. There's at least 3 other people out there that have been lurking and hopefully have been enjoying yourselves. If you liked what you heard, there's absolutely more. I don't stop writing music. I just don't do it on stream. So Hopefully we'll be writing more together. I hope you guys tune in again. As always, my beautiful souls, until I see you next time, keep your eyes to the skies.